Hey guys, welcome back. If you're new here, my name is Christy. I'm a homeschool mom to 3 kids. Today I'm going to be sharing with you all of our favorite fall books. The fall is my favorite season. When it just starts getting a little bit crisp outside, you get cozy with a blanket. I love lighting candles. I love drinking warm drinks. And I love snuggling up on the couch and reading cozy books. Today's video is a collaboration with my friend Kristen from My Cathedral Garden. If you don't know Kristen, you really should follow her. She is a true Southern girl and she is hilarious. I love her so much. Her personality is very real. She's funny. She definitely tries to provide everybody with some encouragement, and I really appreciate that about her. So I definitely will link her video down below. Definitely go check her out. Tell her hi from me. And yeah, let's get into our fall books. The first book I'm going to talk about is this one here. This is Outside Your Window. And this is a nature poetry book. It has poems based on the season. So this has, spring, summer, fall, winter in it. We really love the fall poems in here. The illustrations are beautiful. We absolutely love reading poetry, and I feel like when it's cozy season, that's when we read poetry the most. The next book that my kids love is We're Going on a Leaf Hunt, and it goes to the same kind of rhyming story as We're Going on a Bear Hunt, but it's all about leaves and going on a giant fall adventure finding leaves. It's such a simple story, but my kids read it over and over and over again. Next I have A Tale of Two Beasts, and while this is not specifically fall related, it takes place in the fall. There's like fall scenes throughout the book, but it's about a little girl who finds this beast in the woods and she takes him home with her and she tries to provide a nice cozy home and love on him, and then the story switches and it's told by the beast's perspective, and he has a very different story to tell. I will never forget the first time that my daughter read this book, how I saw an epiphany inside of her head. She just had this aha moment that there could be two sides to the same story, and that maybe what you think is best and wonderful may not be what somebody else thinks is wonderful. And so the story teaches a very important lesson, and it's one of my daughter's absolute favorite ones. We read this all the time. This is an Usborne book, so if you want to purchase this, I will leave my Usborne link down below if you want to use it to get it, but we definitely love this book. The next book I'm going to recommend is Seeds and Trees. Now this is about trees, so it's not necessarily fall per se, but I think trees are a big part of fall. So this is about how kind words plant good trees, nasty words plant ugly, gross trees, and it is a very pretty story. It has a wonderful lesson inside about kindness. I recommend this book for all kids, for all parts of the year, but it is definitely one we read more in fall because of the tree aspect. How to Make an Apple Pie and See the World. This book is so beautiful. The illustrations are gorgeous, and it is such a fun book. It's all about making an apple pie. And normally you would just, put your ingredients in the bowl and you would make the pie. However, if you're out of the ingredients and the market is closed, take a trip to Italy to get the wheat in all of these different countries. It's a very global book, and it travels around the world getting certain ingredients, and it's funny, and it's like a fun, really fun story. There's also an apple pie recipe in the back of the book that you can use to make your own apple pie, so that kind of ties the book into a fun activity to do as well. This is one of our favorite fall books for sure. A Squirrel's Tail is such a fun book. This is also an Usborne book, and it is a slot book. So it comes with this little squirrel, and you actually take him down the path, and you follow the dotted lines and you go through the slots on every page. I'm not going to be able to show you this one-handed, but it's a lot of fun. It comes through the slot, and then there's another slot, and they go through each page. Some pages have little doors. It's the cutest book ever, and it's all about squirrel looking for his nuts and trying to find somebody who has seen them, and it's so much fun, and we love it. So A Squirrel's Tail. If You Give a Moose a Muffin. Now, we love the If You Give a Mouse a Cookie series. My son especially is obsessed. He literally had a If You Give a Mouse a Cookie birthday party last year. He loves this character and all of these characters. And If You Give a Moose a Muffin does take place in the fall. And, you know, there's a little crisp air, there's some muffin baking, and of course the hilarious story of if you give him this, then all the way through the book. It's hilarious, it's silly. We love these books so much. My kids always are laughing at these, and this one is just great for fall all around. Fletcher and the Falling Leaves. Now, we love this story. It's so sweet. It's about a little fox named Fletcher, and he has this tree that's like his friend, and he kind of loves being around this tree. And one day he notices that the tree is getting browner and browner, and he starts losing his leaves, and the fox is worried about him. He's worried the tree is dying. He's worried it's sick, and he does not want this tree to lose his leaves. So Fletcher tries to catch all the leaves, put them back on the tree. He's very anxious about it and worried about it. In the end, he realizes change is part of it, and the tree doesn't need his leaves anymore, and the tree's okay. And it's just like a really kind of sweet story. I feel like a kid who doesn't really understand fall could feel this way. You know, like why are the leaves changing color? Why are they falling off the tree? And this kind of just, you know, emotional story to go along with that, and we love it. Every Autumn Comes the Bear. Now, this is about a bear. This is a very simple story. It's great for my 2-year-old and my 4-year-old whose attention span's not always the best when it comes to reading a story. And it talks about a bear going through the woods. It talks about how in the fall, after the leaves have dropped, he comes roaming around and going through the forest and the things he does. It goes into hibernation and kind of explains that the bear goes to sleep for the whole winter. So it's kind of introducing the concept of hibernation, but in a really simple way. It's a very simple story. The illustrations are really beautiful and very realistic, and we really like that about it. And like I said, it's just a quick, nice fall read. Thanksgiving in the Woods is probably my favorite fall book that we own. This book is beautiful. I am definitely a person who loves good illustrations. Like, I just gravitate towards those types of books and stories, and this one is beautiful. The scenes inside are beautiful, and it's about a child and a family and how it's kind of told by a child's perspective, getting ready. You know, this is the time that we have the Thanksgiving in the Woods. It's based on a true story, and it's talking about this family that literally has Thanksgiving dinner in the middle of the woods, and they set up big tables, they set up lights and decorations, and they literally have Thanksgiving dinner in the middle of the woods, and it's their tradition. And so this story just talks about that, and it's just a beautiful, beautiful story, and honestly inspiring. Like, I would love to have Thanksgiving in the woods sometimes. If I could organize that with my family, I totally would. And if the weather cooperated, I really would. I think that that's a beautiful concept. The illustrations, like I said, are gorgeous, and it's such a good Thanksgiving book, and we read this one a ton in the fall. We love it. Now, I always like to have a seasonal read aloud, especially in the fall and the winter for some reason. So one of the ones we read last fall was Heartwood Hotel, A True Home. Now we started the second book in this series, which takes place in winter, and we stopped that one and we'll probably finish it this winter. But this is all based in fall, and it's about a little mouse named Mona, and she is all alone in the woods, and she finds this tree hotel called the Heartwood Hotel. And, you know, at first she is kind of like not planning to stay, and then she kind of makes it her home, and she kind of finds where she belongs and where she fits in. And we love books that have animal characters, when the animals are talking and like they're the main characters. Especially my daughter, she loves books like that, and she chooses to read those kinds of books on her own time as well. So this is a really nice, sweet read aloud. It's got a few pictures inside, which keeps the littler ones engaged, and we just really, really like this series, and I highly recommend the Heartwood Hotel. So those are all of our favorite fall books. I hope you guys found some cozy selections for your family. Don't forget to check out Kristen's video down below and see what her favorite fall books are for her family. I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I'll see you soon. Bye.